Elvin, come on, it's time for another review.
I don't know.
We have so many figures to talk about.
I don't think I can.
I know what you need.
What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome to another A&R review. Today, well, we're looking at Wave 2 of Masters of the Universe Revelation line. Before we start though, just want to remind everybody that at the end of this month, we'll be doing our monthly draw, where you'll be automatically entered to win something cool. This month, we're actually giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. And you'll be entered to win that $50 Amazon gift card. The winner will be announced at the end of this month. All right, let's get back to the realm of Eternia here. So these guys are based on the new Netflix show, the continuation of the original He-Man Masters of the Universe, called the He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelation. Now, I was somewhat impressed with that Wave 1. There were some, ups and downs in that wave. Let's see what Wave 2 has in store for us. Now, part 1 of the show on Netflix has been released, and I personally thought it was not good. I had a lot of questions about that show, and to me was not impressive. Now, I'm not going to get into it too much because then we'll be here for like 5 hours, me talking about it, but you can probably hear my thoughts on our podcast, which will be in our description box below. Do you agree or disagree with my comments about the show? Let me know. I would love to, get feedback from you guys. Change my mind if you want to as well. I'm looking to always hearing what other people have to say. So enough of me rambling, let's focus on these figures. Now, Mattel has, done their best to give this line a modern update from what we had in the past. They had figures with Super 7 in the past, and they made their own line about, I'd say, about 15, 20 years ago, somewhere there. So this is their next, updated version. So Wave 2 here, we've got Manatarms, Beastman, Teela, and Spykor. All right, we'll do a little walk around the box here for inbox collectors. Take a look here. So nice big window. You got all the accessory and the figure in here. Back of the box, you have a nice, beautiful artwork of him and a write-up. Side of the box, you've got nice artwork of him and then a logo. Top, Masters of the Universe, and barcode. Next up, you have Beastman. Same idea. Window, figure in there, accessory in there. Beautiful picture of him in the back here. Right up, and then on the side here you got the logo and picture. Don't need to see the top or the bottom, it's exactly the same as Manatarms. Then we have Teela, a very interesting character in this TV show. And then we have the back here, picture of Teela, and then right up. And then the same here, nice beautiful artwork with the logo. Top is the same, bottom is the same as the other two guys. And finally we have Spykor, a very peculiar character. But nonetheless, nice picture there of him in the back. You have nice logo there, same logo as everybody else, and then artwork on the side as well. Top and bottom, same as the rest of the guys. All right, we're gonna start out with Teela here, so get her opened up and have a look. All right, so we got Teela out of the package here, and we'll start off with the way she looks. So aesthetically, we'll start from the head here, and I think this actually looks really nice. The head sculpt is really, really good. The eyes actually have a nice twinkle to them, and the actual skin tone is good. The hair is nicely, there's got individual lines in here, so it actually looks like a nice wave of hair. I think it looks really good. To me, I think they did a good job with the actual way the face looks. So the rest of her, she has, nice good skin tone on the arms here. They're actually sculpted. She's got really big muscles here. And the belt is nicely painted. And we got a little bit of gold trimming throughout. It's more of a yellow actually than gold, so it does look cartoony, which I suppose it's an animation, right? So it looks good. I think overall the look of her is good. I do have an issue with this in the back here. Like, they could have just painted this brown to kind of match with the rest of the leg. It looks just really off having the green inserted. It's just they're like, we're just gonna put this plastic in there and not even bother painting the back. And if you're taking pictures, if you're a photographer, the last thing you want is this to stick out in the back if you got a picture of, of her from the back. So that's kind of a little weird there, lazy in my opinion. So the actual pants and the boot look good. I kind of wanted the pants to have a little bit more wrinkle around it. It almost looks like it's like skin in a way. So I would have liked to have the pants have a little bit more wrinkle. But the boots, they look great. They look weathered. They look really, really nice. It's got that leather paint job. It looks really, really good. Articulation wise, well, we'll have it on the screen here, but I'll do a quick walk around here. So she does have a dumbbell joint for the head, so you do get a lot of range. Shoulder wise, she doesn't have any butterfly joint, but she does have a bicep swivel, and she does have double pinless elbows. Nice to see Mattel getting in the pinless game. Waist wise, she has an upper body swivel, and it's sort of incorporated with the waist here, so you get sort of all together, waist and upper body together swiveling. They're not independent of each other. And then for the thigh area, she does have a thigh cut underneath the skirt, where the pants is at the very top. And then she does have double knees, so that's nice. You've got good range here. She does have a boot cut here, so you can swivel the boot. And then she does have ankle hinge up and down with a little bit of rockin'. So overall, I think she has a decent amount of articulation. She does use weapons and she does fight with her hands. So having double knees, double elbow, and bicep swivels, it allows her to get into a nice articulation for her poses. Accessory wise, she does come with quite a bit of things here. So she does have extra hands. She has a gripping hand and an open hand. Then she has a spear. I think it looks cool. She has a sword. Kind of wish the blade was silver instead of this plasticky gray. And then she has a baton here. And then you can actually put the baton in the back. Kind of put that in the back there, kind of hide it away. So that's pretty cool right there. Beastman is up on the dock here, and let's get this guy opened up. All right, so we got Beastman out of the package here, and I gotta tell you right off the bat, I'm kind of liking this guy. He's growing on me. When I saw him in the package, I wasn't too sure if I was gonna like this guy, but now that I got him out of the package and got to kind of mess around with them a little bit, he's definitely growing on me as a figure that I would probably put on my shelf. So yeah, a little spoiler here. But overall here, we'll start with the head, aesthetic wise. The head looks great. He's got, you know, rubber bands or ropes, if you want to call them, tying his goatee down. His, you know, got his teeth there. It is nicely painted. The actual details, the hair is nice. The teeth is good, nicely painted. It's got a yellowish paint job on it. The eyes, he's got these tribal paints on his eyes. And then he's got scar on his chest there. It is nicely done. I do appreciate it. I think it's a good detail all around him here in the top. So upper body here, you know, I did mention the scar on his chest. The hands look great. He's got actually painted nails on his hands, so that's good. It's not, they didn't just go lazy and just have it brown. That's nice to see. I do want to say that the fur is very shiny. It's almost like he glistened himself with a little bit of oil before coming out. So he looks like a wrestler instead of an actual Heman character. And I kind of wish they did a little bit of a black wash on him or try to dry him out a little bit. It just comes off a little too shiny for me. So the back of him is interesting. The hair here, the darker brown hair, is sculpted really nice. I do like the sculpting on it, but it just doesn't feel like it's part of it. It just feels like it's stuck on. I kind of wish that the back hair here, the lighter brown, sort of grew with him and you know, blended in with the darker brown hair to show that hunch there, and it would have made it feel more natural than just to have this giant dark brown hair plopped on in the middle of the back there. All right, waist down here, he's got this nice loin cloth blue one. It's a nice blue color. I really like it. It has texturing on it, so it does feel nice. It's not just a simple plastic. There's actual texturing on it. And then the belt detail is pretty cool too. I appreciate that. The bottom of the legs here, you've got that, you know, random brown fur sticking out on the back. It's kind of weird here because it's at a cutout here. It's not blended in. So I don't know if that's by, you know, the animation design is like that. I can't really remember, but it just doesn't feel like it's part of it. It feels like it's armor or knee pads rather than actual hair. So I would have wished it would have kind of blended in to go with the rest of the lighter brown hair here. And then you've got the little wrapping by the ankle, which is cool. And then the actual toe itself is painted as well. So you got a nice little paint job on the toes. That's pretty cool there. So overall, I think they did a decent job with him. Could have been better, but yeah, it's not that bad of a figure. So articulation wise, we'll have it up on the screen as usual, but I'll do a little quick walk around here. So the head is on a dumbbell joint here. You do have good rotation. In terms of going up, the back hair does get in the way, but he's not flying, so it doesn't really need to get his head that high. He does have good range, so it's not bad at all. The shoulder area, that's where they should have had butterfly joints, in my opinion. In the He-Man lore, he's sort of like the Hulk of characters. He's a big bruiser, right? So he should have the ability to get his hands really out there and, you know, be able to do, you know, all kinds of poses in terms of hitting opponents. So butterfly joint not being there, it's kind of a bit of a downer. He does have bicep swivel and he has double elbow, so that's nice. And the wrist is on a hinge and it can rotate as well. The upper body, he does have a diaphragm swivel here. No waist swivel, but like I said, with the Teela, it's sort of one piece here. So you do get the upper body and somewhat of the waist swiveling here. Lower legs, you have thigh cut and you have double knees. So it's nice, good range there. And then for the bottom, you do have the boot swivel here. And then for the ankle, you have a hinge up and down with the ability to rock it. So overall, decent amount of articulation here. It's enough to kind of be okay with this guy. But I think if they had added the butterfly joint, it would have really made this guy, you know, really good. So accessory wise, well, he does come with 2 sets of hands, not including the ones he's already got on. So he does have a sort of a grabbing the neck hand here, and then sort of holding a weapon hand on this one. Then he's got 2 closed fists, so that's nice that he can actually punch people. So that's good, 2 closed fists. And then he's got this modernized whip to kind of whip people. Here we have Manatarms, one of my favorites. So let's get this guy open and check him out. All right, so we've got Manatarms out of the package here, and he looks like he didn't even get on the time spaceship to go into the future. He's stuck in the 80s still, because this is an 80s look and even probably an 80s paint job here. To me, like, I don't know, this is he's one of my favorite characters in the He-Man lore, and I don't know, it looks great. I don't know about the mouth though. Like, is he supposed to have the same lips? His chin and lips are supposed to be the same color. There's no lips there. And if this guy is supposed to be like the futuristic new version like the rest of the characters, why does he not have more of a you know, beard that we see in the actual animation? I don't know why the decision to keep this guy in the past but bring all the other characters into the future. All right, so let's start with the head here in terms of aesthetics. The armor is very plasticky. What can I say? It's not metallic. Paint job is somewhat okay. Eyes are good. The mustache is Tom Selleck all day long, and it is great. I love it. The rest of the body, the upper body here, the metallic, like I said, would have been nice to have more of a better paint job, especially the back here. It is so boring and plain here. What, they didn't have details in the back of the armor? Like, I don't understand. You got all this detail in the front, and it's just plain Jane in the back here. So that's kind of annoying. Would have been nice to have some grooves in the back there. I know I'm nitpicking, but you know, I do want this to be a really good figure. So I would have appreciated a little bit of detail in the back. So a lot of it looks like it's been borrowed from He-Man. So you do have the loincloth here, and then the armor, you know, it does move around, so it's not actually just stuck on him. So there is movement here. And then the bottom here, you have the armor on the knee area. It does have the ability to move around slightly. The back here, I do appreciate the way this is sort of, you know, belted on together. It's not just a cheap plastic. There's actual details to the way it's clamped onto the leg. And the same thing up here as well on the back of the hand. So nice little details there. All right, so we'll do some articulation. As always, it's going to be on the screen here if you want to read it. So we'll start with the head here. It is on a dumbbell joint, so you do have good rotation of the head. It goes up as high as that, not too much, and goes down like that. In terms of the shoulder area, we'll do this side because you got the padding on that side. It doesn't get in the way, the actual shoulder pad, so that's good. It does move around, like I mentioned earlier, but he does have bicep swivel. He has no butterfly joint, but you can get the range of this high here, and he has double elbow, so that's nice. In terms of the actual wrist, you have the hinge and it does have full rotation, so that's good. You can get him in an ab crunch like that, and he does have waist swivel here, that's good. And then for the leg area, you have a thigh cut and you have double knee. Interestingly enough, you get a good range here, even though he's got a lot of this really chunky calf muscles, but you do get good range there. The calf is actually thicker because of the boot here, but the thigh is really thin. He does have a boot cut right here, swivel, so you got boot swivel, and then for the ankle you can go up and down and it can rock left and right. Overall, good amount of range for him. He is a combat specialist, so getting double elbow, bicep swivels, you know, even the ab crunch and waist swivel is key for him to get all those poses that he needs to be in. So accessory wise, he does come with a set of hands, and they do, you know, interestingly put the armor on one of the wrists at all times, so it does kind of go and coincide with this side of the body. So that's nice that they put attention to detail on that. So you got two closed fist hands, and then you got two open hands, or one grabbing hand and one sort of an open hand. So it's nice to get that. And then you have his, obviously his mace here. I kind of wish it was a little bit longer. It feels a little too short, and a little bit more detail would have been nice to get on this. And finally, we have Spykor here. Let's get this guy opened up. All right, we got Spykor out of the package here, and let's get right into this guy, how he looks. I think he looks pretty good. I'm loving the purple all around him here. He is just supposed to be a menacing badass, and I think there's elements of that throughout his build here. So taking a look at the head here, he does have a lot of spikes going on. They're safe, they're not gonna hurt you, don't worry. The eyes are nice, got that lizard look to it with the eyes, and the teeth are sticking out there. So it's good. It's got that yellow and purple that kind of, you know, clash with each other, so you can see good details. They actually drew the black pupil inside the eye, so that's nice. The metal here that he's supposed to have this armor on here, it feels all right. It just, I don't know, I just wish there was a little bit more pronounced paint job on him in terms of the contrasting metal parts here. So these metal components, it could have been more of more metallic paint, I think, and really would have brought it out, instead of it's sort of a dull paint and it doesn't give it that metal feel. So that's my only gripe with him. I mean, they did it right here on the bottom. You can see the paint on the belt here. It does have that metallic feel to it. So I kind of wish they did it maybe in the turquoise up here to give it that little nice, you know, metal feel. And that's the only thing that I see wrong with this figure. It's a simple figure in terms of a simple character. He's not well known. Was he even in the show? I don't even remember him watching him in the 80s even. So, but yeah, I mean, we got this character. Why not have another bad guy in your collection? So articulation wise, well, you know the deal. We got it up on the screen, but we'll do a little quick walk around. So he has a dumbbell head here. The actual collar area does restrict him from going back, and forward wise, he gets a good range, I think there. Even, you know, you can get his chin above the actual collar. And, you know, he's got decent range here. I don't see any issues. He's not going to be flying, so he doesn't need to get his head all the way up. In terms of the shoulder area here, he does have bicep swivel, no butterfly joint. I thought there was a cut in there for a butterfly joint. I got excited, but it actually isn't. It's just a regular shoulder here. Range you can get at this high here. You can do a rotation of him all the way around if you wanted to. You have double elbows just like the rest of the characters. Essentially same body as Heman and Manatarms, so they're reusing the body. which is totally fine. They're trying to save some money. I get it. In terms of the upper body, he just got this nice metal vest on him, a spiky vest on him, but you do have a waist swivel and no ab crunch because the vest restricts that anyways. So the thigh area here, you do have a thigh cut as usual with the other figures, and then you have double knee, and then you have that boot cut swivel with the ankle up and down. So like I said, it's a reuse of the body that we've had from Manatarms and Heman, so you have all the articulations like those guys do. Accessory wise, well, he comes with a set of fist hands here, as you can see. So weapons wise, he does come with the spike mace here. I don't know, these weapons just feel out of place. They should have had some more of a brush metal paint job on these. They just feel like, I don't know, they don't feel like they're for these guys. And I say that with the, you know, the same thing about I said with Man-at-Arms, but yeah, I mean, you take a look at this right here, the arm claw weapon. It just feels like it's for somebody else. It's out of place. The paint is not great. It's cheap plastic. They should have added some brush metal into it, something to give it more detail, to make it feel like it's for him, to go with him and the way he looks. All right, so comparison wise, well, we got Skeletor and Heman here next to Man-at-Arms and Beastman. And Beastman is a tad bit taller than everybody else, and he should be. In fact, I think he should be a little bit bigger than the rest of these guys. So yeah, Beastman is a little bit on the smaller scale here compared to these guys. And then here we have Teela and Spykor with Evil Lyn, Skeletor, and Heman. If you look right here with Evil Lyn and Teela, I think they are scaled exactly the same. So that's nice to see that they're equally on the height level. I think in the animation they're about the same height. So that's good. And then, you know, Spykor being a little bit taller than the rest of the gang here. Almost on par with Heman. The spikiness is a little bit taller than the hair of Heman, but the same body here, so they have to be relatively the same height. In conclusion, my final take here. I think Wave 2 is a decent wave. For me, if I had to pick one of my favorites, it's got to be Man-at-Arms, slightly past Beastman and Spykor. I really wish they had, you know, made the metal more metallic and more pronounced. That would have been nice. Teela is probably my least favorite of the wave here. But yeah, overall a decent wave. And you know, if you got wave 1, well, you gotta get wave 2, right? I hope you have the power to like and subscribe and leave a comment, because if you do, you have a chance to win a prize every month. This month, we're giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. So leave a comment, be a subscriber, and win a cool prize every month. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day.